and this is a mobile mill. It is designed for multiple applications. Like if you look at the top picture, it is for the emergency vehicle. So when there is a maybe floods are happening, any emergency, like your transmission distribution network have shut down, then immediately there will be some emergency requirements for hospitals, for disaster management, for basic lighting in the night time, for the daily commuters or something like that. There you just supply this product. There immediately it will reach the location, and it has got its battery bank, inverter, everything already. It will come in a fully charged condition. And even when we expand it, again it will keep charging the batteries, and parallelly you will get the battery charging from solar and wind. And emergency purpose you can use it in this system. As per our design practice, it was like it is like 3 to 5 minutes of deployment. In 3 to 5 minutes you can install everything at one place, and the range will come from 4 kilowatt to 10 kilowatt, and it will give backup from 6 to 10 hours. And in this case, generally people use diesel generator for emergency purpose. So you can save diesel cost, and and moving the heavy machinery, and it is mainly for the emergency purpose. Even if you can see in the lower picture, it is for the defense requirement. So it is also retractable type, and you simply put it somewhere and use it. And mainly in defense, I will show you some pictures in a later slides. You will understand in a better way. This is in the commercial advertisement. So generally, not only in Saudi, or not only in Middle East, or in Europe, or in India, generally the customer commercial advertising, customers will pay lot of uh, pennies for per unit. Even in India, I think even at our location also, I think close to 17 to 20 rupees they they pay per unit basis. So as they are available at very high location, if you can place this kind of system, then their expenditure will drastically come down. So that is also one advantage with them. And as I said, as they are paying with very premium, their return on investments also very closer to 1 or 1.5 years, something like that. So that is also one advantage. This is also one application for hybrid power plants. And if I consider this application, I think you could see some vehicle underneath of the shed, right? And you have solar panels on top of the shed, and you have again the windmills. And this is for the electric vehicle battery charging station. So which we are looking at in a very huge opportunities in the near future, because once you get, because we have some targets for electric vehicle infrastructure and establishment of the or utilizing the electric vehicles, right? So but when if see, though your policy says something, to use electric vehicle to change your to have your climate change, something like that, but at least you should have an infrastructure to give basic services. But when you are driving across your highways or something like that, when you don't have charging station, then it definitely people show do not show interest on it. So for that kind of solutions, or problems, we can give this kind of solution, that you just establish a solar power plant and wind power plant at one place. Why we are going for solar and wind? Means it will take less space, because in highways, or it is very difficult to get places at lower cost, right? So it is better to go for a hybrid solution. At minimum space you can establish a more power plant. And of course, in highways, definitely there you don't have any, surrounded by your, buildings. So there will not be any entrances for the wind flow. And of course, you have, minimum guaranteed generation from the solar. So by which you can store it, the generated power will get stored in a battery. And whenever a vehicle reaches your place, then you can charge it, and you happily, customer go away. So this is a futuristic application which we are looking at. and this kind of solution will give us more revenue also. It is a very good revenue model which we are focusing in near future. This we have installed in Cochin shipyard. Cochin shipyard. It is of it is belong to Navy. And the next application area is fishing and transporter boats. See, generally we never think that why do we require a hybrid power plant or a solar or a wind power plant for ships, because generally every ship has got their diesel generator. But Windstream Technologies have taken one taken a forward step in finding the different areas of application. So where they did find that these ships are consuming maximum amount of diesel. Of course, they even run on the diesel. So to reduce the diesel consumption, they can go for a hybrid power plant. Even if they can go for a solar, but space is the main constraint for them, and they are running in sea or ocean or the river. There definitely you will be having good resources of wind and solar, especially the wind. So when you have good resource of wind, why don't we implement the wind turbine at that place? And why don't you reduce the diesel consumption? And moreover, here in this picture or in this side, you can see two types of boats. Left hand side is a fishing boat, and right hand side is a navigation boat. And navigation boat will give, why the purpose of navigation ship is that it will keep roaming in the sea, and it will capture some data, environmental data, and it will forecast or foresee some where are the ships fishes are available, and is there any emergency happens because of this one lower pressures. So all the navigational information and weather report it will capture, and it keeps sending the data to the server, and wherever it requires the consent team will give them the data. So for which we have established a power plant. All this navigation system work on this hybrid power plant. So they have tested the product, and they have even released a document stating that they are reducing the 19 liters per day of diesel. And in Lakshadweep, it is 120 rupees per liter of diesel, because it is a huge transportation from the India to Lakshadweep. And so again, it is all there are islands, so the storage, everything is a difficult process. And when we compare with 19 liters at 120 rupees, it is a huge returns for them. And then when it comes to left side, it is a fishing boat. Fishing boat, generally what happens, if you can see the happy customers with this product, what happens, they generally go for fishing, and they go inside of the sea for 1 day or 2 days. Generally it happens for 2 days. So they go for fishing for 2 days, and inside of it, even for their mobile charging also, they just switch on their generator. So as you know, whether you apply the load or not, when you operate the generator, minimum it will consume 20 to 25 to 30% of diesel. So but for 100 watts of power requirement, why should we use the generator? That is the main concern in designing the product. So we thought that by going for our hybrid system, they can even reduce more diesel. And see, moreover, when you are, it doesn't mean that you are consuming the diesel. So we have a lot more factors to be considered in developing or in proposing a solution. See, you are consuming the higher cost of diesel, and you are releasing more, you are emitting more pollution into the environment. And when you are floating or you're sailing in the river, then there is a chance of contamination, right? So when you get this the contamination, definitely the live fishes are whatever the things are available, they get harmful, right? So to avoid all of them, we have decided to give a solution, even because they would be requiring power for their mobile charging, they would be requiring power for their cooking purpose and even for sailing purpose also. So for all of them, we have given a solution, and for basic usage, they are using this, and comfortably they are using the solution. This is also one case of application. So they have even released the document with the department, and with the fishing boat, they are almost saving 4 liters of diesel, and for navigation system boat, they are saving about 19 units per day at minimum, and a max of 26 liters. So which is huge to them. And the main advantage is that they are having abundant wind availability. They don't even require to sail also. Even they stop at one place, by wind they automatically be turbines get rotate and store it in a battery. Sometimes even they are excess of requirement. And this we have implemented in Lakshadweep, and we are more to develop the products in other areas as well. And this is another application. It is powering the cage fish farming and for cage walkway lighting. See, this is a floating power plant where generally what happens, if you can see this floats in between of these floats, they cultivate or they farm the fishes, different kinds of fishes, or the prawns, whatever it may be. But generally, um, what happens when the lighting is available, fishes will come up on the top portion of the water. If they don't have the lighting, then they generally be available at the lower side. So to feed them, it only happens in a daytime. So what we have taught is by providing the lighting, they come in top portion, and then if we can feed them, then definitely the yield of the growth of the fish will come down on a very faster way, so that you are harvesting or whatever will happen very, so that you can even add one more season. So let's say if you are if the yields are getting every 3 months, then 4 months, then you can make it to a 3 months. So in a year you can add one more yield, something as like our agricultural farming. So that is also one advantage with this system. And moreover, generally this kind of system, thefting of fishes will also happen. So to avoid both of them, we have given this floating solution, where you can see in the first picture, the all the street lights kind of arrangement is to power, they'll give the lighting arrangement in the night time. So when you have lighting arrangement, we can at least try to avoid this thefting issue. And again, you are feeding in the night time, so that is also gives us more yield within the short time. And we even monitor the power plant. If anything goes off, and even remotely we can operate it. So we have other monitoring and controlling system, that is also we have. And this is a if you can see this, surroundings of it, it is very open, and it is near to sea. It is one of the resort we have implemented, and there they have got their ice factory. So in Lakshadweep, they use 100% diesel. Let's say 2 megawatt or 3 megawatt of diesel generators will be available, and for total island they use only that diesel generator. If anything happen for the diesel generator, then definitely they will be they will be residing in a dark condition. So just to have backup, or diesel consumption, and reduce their pollution, and this is kind of solution we have given. And on top corner, you can see the microgrid application, where in Africa, the power plant is being used for powering 200 households with the minimum what I can say, the requirement like mobile charging, one fan and one light. So this is one area of application. And if you can see this scalable with changing needs, it means that if you can see the pictures, the product can be designed from small scale to larger scale. and even it is useful for lower off-grid and on-grid application. So if what the picture which is on top of it, it is a 800 kilowatt at one place, which has got installed in overseas location, by integrating solar and wind. And next is the microgrid, and next third one is the it is for the in all in the container you will have all the circuitry like storage or battery storage and electronic inverter system, everything you can place, so by which you can even save lot of space. So we have advantages like more power. It means that in the less space you have more power, more reliable as you have multiple resources, and improved generation stability. Of course, we have discussed on that, and highly scalable. As I said, you can design the product from 1 kilowatt to megawatt, and fast installation, as it is designed in a very specific practice design practices. That is one advantage. The next slide is, yeah, you can see it is designed for one of the 800 kilowatt utility scale project. Very beautiful installation. uh, you can see the highways, and there is no other disturbances, so you can expect minimum generation from this kind of power plants. Again, this is also one kind of installation. So this is one type, and when we discuss about other applications, if you see at the left hand side, uh, uh, it is you can see all these pictures are belong to defense applications. So the left hand side, bottom one is, it is there at the line of control. It means that just beside of it, if you go about 150 or 200 meters, you will find the other country border like Pakistan or something like that, where all these hilly areas, they are all these different areas are using diesel generators for their powering, because there they generally use high end camera systems, other uh, products which are useful for security purposes. But to make use of them, definitely every appliance or product will require basic energy requirement, where they are using existingly with a diesel generator. And again, transportation of diesel will be a issue. And again, when you are operating diesel generator and when you want to transfer from one place to other place, generally it happens in a longer distance. So when you have longer distance, definitely there will be some voltage drop. So when you have a voltage drop, definitely there will be some power loss. So we have lot many bottlenecks with respect to power distribution at this kind of area. So where there we are giving only the small capacities, which is like generating at one place and generate consuming also at the same place. So it is, you are minimizing the power losses, and you are not depending on diesel. Maybe diesel generators are available at even after having the power plant, only as a standby mode, but it is not meant for the continuous operation, because as we have got solar and wind, at least we will have some reliable power source. So in even shipyards also we have given, and you will understand more very better way with this picture. Just I'm just playing this video. Just closely look at the video. You will capture some data with this. See, if you see this video, you will understand that basically the the area is at the hilly location. Of course, it is a defense location, which is borders area, and you can see the falling of snow, and even you can see some lighting, sun lighting. So these kind of areas are like you will get sunlight only for 1 hour or 1.5 hours in a day, though it is in India. Because most of the people don't know that we have locations of this kind of type, but we do have some locations in the border. It is a China border, I think. uh, you can see one person is wearing all sweaters and all. It's a very cool place, but in that area when you have 1 hour or 2 hours of limited sun resource, it is very difficult to harvest the required power. So but in this location you have one more advantage, is that you have plenty of wind. So by adding both of them at one place, you can harvest reliable power source. And uh, and with wind you have one more advantage, that in solar you have lower power generation when dust accumulates on the solar panel. But when it comes to wind, though you get dust accumulation or nothing, something like that, but there will not be any change in the power generation. So as no until your turbines are rotating, definitely you will get your power generation. That is the beauty of the product. And as it has got installed into a height location, definitely you will have more generation. Even you can see this installation as well. This is also available in the hilly areas. So you generally don't have access to conventional grid, and even it is very difficult to carry the diesel, right, if you go with the conventional methods. So there you can see the difference of utilization of this hybrid power plants and how really they are useful to the individual customers. We are living in a very luxury manner. We don't know the what is really the people are at the corner or borders are having these bottlenecks. They are really very hard, working very hard, to save us. So if you can see this picture, if you see left hand side, maybe turbines are not rotating, but they are not rotating. It is not that they are not rotating. They are rotating at very high speed. Your camera is not able to capture them. So that's how you look at this picture. It means that in hilly areas you can have very good wind potential. This is a conventional model of wind turbine. Uh, you can see this is one model. This is a vertical axis wind turbine. Generally, for extreme locations, we generally have this kind of wind turbines. Uh, but of course, it is only the wind turbine, but there is no addition of solar. And in next slide, you can have another model which gives us both combination of wind, and which we are looking at in a additional benefit to the customer. This is the newly developed model. Of course, it has not got materialized into the market, but people are working to have both solar and wind in one place. So some people may raise some questions, sir, why it has got designed, because when they are rotating, there is a chance of shadow. Yes, but of course you get some shadow, but at least see, generally what happens in the design criteria when the resource is required at one place, though, because you are sitting in a city where you don't require this much of our power resource, because already everything has got established. But for remote location, at least we will consider that something is better than nothing. The same principle, everybody will think in such a way in developing a product. So in that case, this kind of solution definitely will be useful, because it is taking lower space and it is generating from both the resources. That is also one advantage. And you can see one more kind of wind turbine with adding solar panel. It is established as a street light. One model you can see, and we can discuss more on about this. And this is one model, developed model. Of course, lot of models need to get converted into practical applications, but people are putting efforts to develop different products. And this is a horizontal axis with uh, solar panel, horizontal axis wind turbine with solar panel. Uh, but what happens with the horizontal axis? They require taller towers, and they require strong support. Uh, but generally, this kind of arrangement will not be more suitable for rooftop installations. But rooftop installations are generally go with the maximum of vertical axis wind turbine. Of course, vertical axis wind turbines are available in lower capacity models, because in for horizontal axis you can even get up to 5 megawatt, and these days we are getting 120 meters of height of pole. Uh, but in vertical axis you may not be going for that much of capacity, but at least as they are designed in a scalable manner, you even add up more capacity, more modules, more capacity, more energy generation, meet your more demands. So that's how it is designed. In most of the products you can see that situation. And this is also one model of installation with horizontal axis turbine. And in vertical axis, generally you will have 360 degrees approach. So in every direction wind flows. It doesn't matter, but in every direction to go and hit on the time, it will through drag force or other methods it will try to rotate. But in horizontal axis you will have wind vane, so automatically it will adjust its direction, and it will try to harvest more power. So your vane will always keeps the face of your turbine towards your wind direction, so it will try to harvest more generation. This is one model, like when the too many vehicles are passing through, so there is a chance of wind hitting, so by which you can generate some power. This is also one model people are going for some solution. And this is a most of the people might have seen solar tree. So in the same way, the hybrid tree also have got design, but of course it will take some time. But people are making some steps. And this is one model, like at one place you will have both solar and wind. And generally, this kind of arrangement will come with a direct drive system. Direct drive in the sense, in horizontal axis wind turbine, they are all equipped with the gear mechanism. So when you are using gears, mean definitely there will be some frictional losses, and again you need to maintain, because every rotating part will require no greasing of it, or replacement of it. And when you have direct system, definitely you will have higher efficiencies. And even as we discussed yesterday, people are using axial flux brushless DC type machines. They are very compact and higher energy density it will have, and they are direct brushless, then definitely your efficiency levels will improve. uh, this box you can see the inside of, as well as the rotating machine. And this is one model of hybrid system. We will have solar and wind together. uh, and you can design the plants from 200 watts to 20 kilowatt with this model. And advantage of with vertical axis is that you can increase the height of it as to increase your capacity. Because whereas your solar, generally solar where power plant requires lot of space, right? So in other way it is very much useful in implementing. And this is one more application you can see on highways and at coastal area. Just to put it, nowadays people are coming up with the kiosks, where in gardens or when in beach area they are going with this kind of arrangement. And it will store the energy in the battery, and if anyone requires emergency purpose, they can even charge their mobile phones, mobile, even their charge their gadgets or laptops, and they can use it. And these are the new concept people are deriving. And of course, when you are using it for as the vehicles are moving, definitely there will be some wind. So we are using them on a free of cost basis. Only the we will be putting some investment on the equipment, but it is for the longer use. This is also one type of wind turbine with solar and wind on top of off circle. You have solar panels, and again it is a wind turbine. These are the solar panels mounted on top of it. Maybe for small energy requirements, but when they do not have access to the grid, definitely they may be using this kind of solution. This is also one type of vertical axis wind turbine, and even on top of the tower, again you can have your horizontal axis wind turbine. This is also here also you can see some um, solar panels, small solar panels. This is one model. It is again placed on rooftop solution, and again we have some more models like this is called Archimedes wind turbine. Generally, they look like a flower, rose flower or something like that. It is elongated circles, and you can see it is also a direct drive system. So no gears, nothing. So you will have more efficiency. Uh, and I think we have the manufacturer's data sheet also. We can see its power curve and its ratings. This is named after having mathematical, the scientist, Mr. Archimedes. A very beautiful solution.